everybody? TF Fanatic here. Hope you all are having a fantastic day and welcome to another post-game reaction. In this one, I'm continuing my coverage of the Nashville Predators, and in this one, let's go, boys! Yes, sir! That's how you do it in Nashville! You come back, you get the win, the Predators! Woo! Complete! One of the greatest comebacks in franchise history. Being down 5-1 in the second period, we score 5 straight goals to beat the St. Louis Blues 6-5. Okay, I gotta get it out just one more time. Let's go! Woo! You know what was funny is that, and I promise this is not a coincidence, or maybe it is. I was just watching videos on YouTube, and I come across this video where it was a Preds game, and it was the one where, it was from like 7 years ago, where we faced the Blues, and we came back from, I think it was like 4 goals down in Forsberg. He got like a penalty shot to win that game, and you know, when that game happened, I was saying to myself, there's no way we can top something like that. An epic 4-goal comeback. Well, we top it in the best way possible. Woohoo! Okay, we got lots to talk about here. A lot of goals to recap. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So, in this first period, I think we saw that the Blues clearly, they were the aggressors. 5 minutes in, they're out shooting us 5-2, and give them credit. They were moving the puck well, had some great deflections, and that was clearly on display at 4:53. Tucker to Falk, he puts it on net, and the neighbors with the tip it. And my boy, Roman Josi, I mean, he was right there, but he just couldn't track that puck. And, you know, when Willie Donick, if you saw the broadcast, like when he called this goal, it seems something that, like it seems so common. Like his whole demeanor was like, oh, like the Predators just gave up another goal. Like they gave up the first goal five minutes in to the game. And that has been something that has happened to us. We've given up the first goal a lot of times in a game. Sometimes we would come back to win. Other times, that first goal would lead to a lot worse things. Thankfully for us, we were able to get back in this game. And that was something that clearly happened a lot throughout this game. Whenever the Blues, whenever they tried to get a goal, to get a lead, we answered that call absolutely. So, thankfully, it's our power play that gets us back into this game. 8:04, Tucker, he's called for hooking my dude, Steven Stamkos, and don't worry, Stamkos, he would get his revenge later on. I will talk about Stammer in a bit. But Predators on the power play in a 9-16 Forsberg. He passes to O'Reilly, and he tips it in. Took a weird deflection, and I'm not sure if this was a chance that Hoffer was expecting. Usually, when it comes to plays like that, like guys, they will try to make a play into the net, but no. O'Reilly, he just tips that puck in, and now the game is tied. Our power play has been playing great as of late, and so has our penalty kill that was until St. Louis answers on their own power play chance. Buchnevich scores at 14:24 on a Blues power play. And firstly, 2 things here. First of all, like we can't let a bunch of guys rush into our zone that easily. Even if we are on, like, the penalty kill. Guys, come on. Get a poke check, hit someone, make a play there. Secondly, neighbors or anyone in that position, they cannot make that pass. Like, that's the stuff right there that haunts goalies' nightmares. And speaking of nightmares, you know, that's probably what Saros was feeling in the second period. So to start the second period, Blues were out shooting us 6-0, and because of that, because again they were the aggressors to start, they get 3 goals in 4 minutes. Buchnevich, Broberg, Parayko, they all scored. They found the net. They found the back of the net early on. And I will acknowledge that, like, it's not all on Juice. Like, I cannot sit here and say that it was all Saros' fault. No. The Blues were just doing whatever that they wanted in our zone, and for just some reason, we were unable to clear the puck. And that goal by Parayko just right in front, that sadly was the final nail for Saros. He had to come out on and then was forced to come in. And I'm sure at that point, I'm assuming most fans thought when Arnonen came in, that was a case where it was just like, okay, let's just get this game done. Let's give Saros some rest and let's move on. Because clearly, it looked like it was not our night. But oh boy, all the Blues, they thought they had us. So yes, they did. It was Dad's night for the Blues and all of the fathers. They were showing clips of them up in the stands. They were high-fiving, up in the suites, having a great time, basking in it, relaxing on a 5-1 lead. If they were playing anybody else, that might have been enough. But no, not these Predators, baby. These Predators, one thing that we've learned about them throughout this season is that they never quit. They never say die. They find a way to at least make it a game, and we do so at 11:35. Yossi, 2 bunting shoots, and McCarron, he is credited with the deflection in. It is now a 5-2 game. 13:49. Great job by my boy Roman again, keeping this puck in. Finds Philip Forsberg, and then Phil just with a power shot, baby, into the net, and you can see him after that goal. He's firing up the crowd. He says, "Come on, everybody. Come on, Smashville. Get loud." And oh, they are getting loud, baby. The Predators, we are back in this game. It is now 5-3. We go to the third period. 2-0 Evangelista. He's fighting to keep this puck in. Guys were fighting. The vibe was changing. We could all sense it. Evangelista, he's fighting to keep this puck in. He passes to Barron. He shoots. And O'Reilly, he's diving for this thing. Takes the deflection in. Woo-hoo-hoo, the Predators. Just like that. 2 minutes into the third period. We are only down by 1 goal. And again, all of the dads from St. Louis who made the trip down, I bet, again, they were all just sitting there at first. They were all just sitting there having a great time, watching their sons on their team have a great night. But no, sir, the Predators deny those fathers the happiness. And sorry if that sounds harsh. But you know what? This is Smashville. We are a harsh city. We don't care. We will beat you up. We will chew you up and spit you out, baby. The Predators. Now, the comeback was not complete. It was not done. We still had a chance. We still had an opportunity to complete the comeback. And we get ever closer. We tie the game. 7-14. Pass from Evangelista to Stamkos. He goes end around the net, and he scores! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! The Predators have tied the game at 5 after being down 5-1 in the second period, down by 4 goals. That would have been enough for some teams, but no, not these Nashville Predators, baby. We continue to show the world why we are not to be denied. You know, after giving up 4 goals in 2 periods, I'm shocked that Hofer stayed in the game. Because at this point, clearly, we had all of the momentum. The Blues were all just messed up. We were scoring goals on them, but Hofer, he stayed in there. And you know what? That's on the Blues fans right there, baby. That's on y'all. And at 10:23, another great example of guys just doing like the little things right, baby. Getting pucks on net and getting those deflections. And Predators, once again, we get a shot on net. And Stamkos, he's right there, gets that puck in, and the Predators take the lead, baby! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Let's go! The Predators take the lead, and time winds down. Eventually, the Blues are unable to score, and the Predators win! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! You know, after what happened to the Bruins just a few days ago in the Stadium Series, the Blues, they were literally like, hey, hold my drink. Let me show you how to completely blow a lead in a game. But give us credit. I want to make sure that the headline reads that this was a Predators comeback, not a Blues collapse. And in order to come back, you know, we have great players on our roster, but it takes more than talent. to do something like this. It takes will. It takes determination and a belief that you can do this, baby. Stamkos and O'Reilly each had 2 points in this game, and for Steven Stamkos, history was made with the 2 goals that he got in the third period. Stamkos is now 20th in all-time career goals. Good for him. My boy Roman Josi also had 4 assists, and on and in. You know, after having to come in for Saros in a situation like this, he played great. He was 13 for 13. He had some great saves. He denied the Blues for the rest of that game, baby. Let's go! You know, we've had momentous wins like this before. You know, I think back to that Sens game where, like, we came back to win that game. And I think it speaks volume to not just the players on this team, but who they are as a team, as a whole. Because we have faced so much adversity all year long. And in games like this, I'm sure, you know, I bet it was just so easy. It would be so easy for teams being down 5-1, down 4 goals about midway through the game, to say, you know what, boys, it is just not our night. But these Predators, I love this team. And you know what? Whether we make the playoffs or not, that remains to be said. But one thing that I think every fan can agree on is that this is a group that believes. They believe in themselves, what they can do, and they believe they can do anything. Anything. And we've seen it on more than one occasion. These Predators right here, I'm so proud to be a fan of this team, especially after, you know, all of the headlines about Barry Trotz leaving the team. All of the attention was focused toward that and how we would play in that. But these Predators, we believe in ourselves. We never say die. And we go out here and we have ourselves an epic comeback. We complete one of the best comebacks in franchise history! All right, last time, I promise. So you know what? Let's keep this hype train going, baby. We got the Wild up next, and let's show them why we are undeniable and unstoppable. But fans, that is going to do it for this post-game reaction. Thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and you can join our Fanatic Army. And honey, salutes to all of you as always, and I hope that all of you have a fantastic day. Go Preds!